Hi, you all. Thank you for being here tonight, and for investing your time and attention, especially on a day like this. Sal, I just want to thank you for the acknowledgement at the top. I was gonna do something very similar, uh,
Mhm.
and to just uh, extrapolate on that just a beat further. I just also want to take a moment to acknowledge the mom and the woman who lost her life today at the hands of it's almost hard to call it an administration anymore, um, in this government. And no one in this country should be living in fear in the way that we are, that masked thugs will come out and cause this act of violence that will potentially cause a loss of life in what we saw today. You mentioned my work in immigration reform during Trump's first term, because I'm someone that likes to run towards fires and see how I can help. I did work in immigration reform and worked very closely with mixed status families and fought like heck then against uh, the dehumanization and cruelty during Trump's first term. And this second term is beyond, I think, what anybody thought was possible from leadership in our very White House. And it is a stain on that office. And it's, to use your words, a very, very dark day for what is left in our democracy. Thank you for letting me take a moment to acknowledge these events. Um, I'm going to shift a little bit to tell you a bit about me and why I'm called to this moment and why I'm running. I'm a mom of three kiddos in our public schools here in Montclair, which is wrestling with some of its own issues with a nearly $20 million budget shortfall. And I got young kiddos. We're in it for the long haul here. Uh, I did work in the Obama administration where I helped pass the Affordable Care Act when I was there, which a lot of what we are experiencing right now is an attention seeking administration. So we are not paying attention to the massive increases in our healthcare costs that are going to be hitting people's pocketbooks in the coming days and weeks, which will result in more and more people not being able to afford their healthcare, which should be a human right that our government is providing. And most recently, and this is why I am no longer surprised by the actions and the cruel actions of this administration. I've built and ran a clean energy nonprofit, very focused on helping people save money on their energy bills. We were attacked right around this time last year when Trump took office uh, by um, by his administration and had our funds unlawfully frozen. I was called out on the Senate floor and was part of a MAGA conspiracy that also made me very fearful for not just my organization, but also my family as they sought to weaponize the Department of Justice. I am called to act because I am running to fight back against this administration. And I'm not unfamiliar to a fight. I grew up uh, as part of the working poor. My mom, who spent a part of her childhood in Passaic County in West Milford, she had four of us by the time she was 20 years old. And she raised us, often needing the help of services like food stamps, public housing, Medicaid, services that this administration doesn't give a dang about and slashed this past summer. My mom, though, she's an incredible woman. She had this beautiful way. of finding abundance in times of scarcity. And she would have us do what she called this good deed of the day growing up. And we were some high energy kiddos, so we would do this as a group. And, I'm sure it would probably be diagnosed as ADHD today. um, but she would have us every day do something that was in the spirit of giving back, being a good neighbor. Sometimes it was her giving that last dollar away. Sometimes it was just us helping our next door neighbor with an errand. Did we complain about it? Of course, because we were a bunch of kids. My most favorite part was that we were always a home that had a lot of kids at it because we were the safe place to be. So I knew from a very young age that if I had the opportunity to better my circumstances, that I was going to pay it forward in as big of an impactful way as possible. And that's exactly how I have spent the past 25 years of my career, whether working on passing marriage equality or raising money for reproductive rights, or working on a pathway to citizenship for DACA recipients, and folks in this country, and fighting back against this administration's first term. I want to be where we need the most help. And that's exactly how I have focused my career. And I have fought my way from being that free school lunch kid to working in the Obama White House, which is exactly the American dream that we know is possible, but this administration is tearing it away from us right in front of our own eyes. And I know this fight against Trump because it keeps coming to my door. My front door, literally. I helped President Obama get millions of people more access to health care. They're causing millions of Americans to lose their insurance because it's no longer affordable. I built a clean energy nonprofit to help people save money on their energy bills. Trump attacked that too. I am not a politician or a lobbyist. I am a fighter with decades of experience getting the federal government to deliver for working families. And if given the opportunity and the privilege to serve as your congresswoman, this is what I would deliver for you. Number one, this is the most corrupt administration in our lifetimes. We have to stop this corruption. They are getting richer on our backs. Self-serving bullies are bad for our pocketbooks, and it's why I put out an anti-corruption agenda very early in this race. Two, we have to lower costs and specifically reverse the cuts from the big ugly bill that passed this past summer, and those two are healthcare. It's not just these subsidies that are expiring right now. There are other cuts that are going to hit right after the midterms, and we need to get ahead of that, or we're going to see even more folks finding themselves unable to afford their insurance. And three, I really want to help people save money on their energy bills, very much so. And this is personal for me. My mom wasn't always able to pay our utility bills growing up. There is a memory that I have where all of us were huddled in one room on one mattress on the floor, and she called it the Willy Wonka bed, and we were huddled together and under a bunch of covers because we didn't have heat that month. These issues are so personal to me. And I want to help you save money on your energy bills in three key ways. One, we should be offering free solar panels and batteries to anybody who wants them as long as you plug into the grid, because it increases capacity and adds more resilience to our grid. We should be making data centers pay their fair share in this transition. And we should also be tying utility rates to CEO pay. CEOs should not be getting bonuses if our rates are going up. These are just a few of the things I would be laser focused on delivering if given the opportunity. I have been knocking on doors in this district since June. Almost every weekend, I was knocking on doors to help elect our new governor, elect Mikey Sherrill, and very happy to see her becoming our governor in this state, and that she won by like a 14-point plus victory. And this is what I heard from folks at the door. There's a lot of fear in our communities right now. One, if you are not in an economic crisis right now, you are lying awake thinking you're one bad day away.
Worldwide and focuses on merit.
And two, people are afraid of their government, especially today. This is the first congressional contest of 2026, and we have a unique ability and responsibility right here in this district. We get to shape who we need to be as a Democratic Party going into a must-win midterm election cycle for both our economy and our democracy. Because if you want a thriving middle class, you need a thriving democracy. They are connected. And my argument is that we have a choice, and in that choice, I believe that winning does not look like more of the same. More politicians and more lobbyists are not our future. I am running to be a new generation and a new kind of Democrat that will fight because I know what these fights mean, because they are personal to me. And we do not have enough people in the halls of Congress who have my lived experiences making decisions and fighting on behalf of working families like I come from. I will be that Democrat that does not cave because I know what's at stake. And I'd love your help getting there. Thank you.